Hi, I'm Shoshana Landis, and I'm here to show you how to make a pair of earrings out of erasers for fun and profit, maybe even. I've tried this successfully, and you can too. So come on along while I show you what you'll need and how to do this. Alright, let me show you what's in my kit. This is a small kit that I have, and it's got all kinds of great things in it. It's got extra beads and wires, all kinds of things that you would need to have in your kit. I'll kind of give you an overview so you can see what's in there. But anything that you want to collect and store inside your kit would go in there. But today I'm just going to use a few of these things. Here's some beads that I pulled out to think about. And here's the wires that we'll be using. One of these. As you can tell, they're a little bit different. I'll show you. One has a flat head on it. I hope you can see that. That's where the bead stops. This one, the bead stops as well, but it has a round bottom on it, so you can actually hang another bead from it if you choose to. So there's a difference in those two. That's where your beads hang from. And then you have two different types of beading wire if you would like to use these instead of one of these. And you can tell that there's different gauges. This one, the silver one, is much thinner than the blue one. You can kind of tell the difference in the weight of these two wires. And then here's the tools I use to open packages and so forth, is my little safety scissors. And I have three types of pliers that I've chosen. Here's a set of needle nose pliers, which really help tremendously to wind things up with. Here's a pair of cutters, as you can tell. These also will cut, but they'll help you twist things around when you don't need the longer needle nose ones, just the more snub nose ones there. Okay? And then once you've opened your beads, you want to put them someplace. So I use either an old medicine bottle or something small, or you can also use a baggie, something like that, a baby food jar to place your extra beads and so forth. These erasers I got, they were seasonal, but you can also get them when it's back to school. You can collect them from Walmart, hobby stores. Any of these items you can collect from a bead store, a hobby store, things like that. This is a handy hands helper. I got this from actually a hardware store. It's really helpful because it's got not only the magnifying glass on it, but it's got these two little clips that give you like a third and fourth hand sometimes when you've got you're making a bigger item. Alright, so I pulled out all of my beads that I need for this project, and let's get started. Alright, so I went ahead and made one of each earring so you could get an idea of what it will turn out like. Here's the kitty cat. She's very cute. I put 4 additional beads with her, and then here's the ear hook, and then here's the little Frankenstein. I put 4 additional beads with him with the earring hook as well. And this is how they turned out. Very cute, huh? So I'm going to take you through that process. And I've put my beads. What I did is I prepared my beads ahead of time so I knew exactly what I needed. And I took this little piece of needle and I went ahead and put my hole in. So I'm all ready with my ear wire. And my first bead, so you just slip the bead onto the ear wire, and then your second bead, how you want it, goes on there. And then here's the third bead. This is his collar. And then here goes your Frankenstein. Let's hope he slips on there easily. With the erasers, they can be a little bit of a challenge. Don't worry. Give yourself a little bit of balance because he's going to give you some resistance. Yeah, he did. You saw that. Don't worry if he gives you a little bit of resistance or it comes out his face or something like that. Just pull it back out, try it again. If you still have some issues, go ahead and use a new eraser. You have a whole package. Don't stress yourself out on the one. Alright, and there's the final bead. So then what you do is you take your needle nose pliers. Now you have a lot here. You have a lot to work with. But when you're first starting out doing this, don't cut that off. Just take this and twist it downward in a downward motion just like that, so you have a hook. And then you take your ear wire and flip that on there. Now I made it a little bit tight, so what I'll do is I'll take that out a little bit, loosen that up, and then I'll slip that in there. And then I'll just retighten it, just like that. And then I'll go back in and make sure it's tight by clamping down on it a little bit. And there you go. He's all ready. He's all set. Just like that. Real simple. Wasn't that easy? And you have a pair. Aren't they cute? Alright, so there's your first set. Now let's go on to the kitty cat. Here's your ear wire. And she has to have a bigger bead for the bottom because the bead hole is much wider. So you'll put that on there just like that, and then her collar goes up, whereas if you notice his went down. Whoops. And then you're going to string her on here. Now of course again she's going to give you some resistance because it's an eraser. Sometimes you don't know where she's going to come out. There it goes. Okay. And like I said, don't stress out. And then put the final bead in. And as you can see, there's not much room here. So you want to take it from the very tip, bend it down. That's why these needle nose pliers come in real handy. Bend it a little bit more. And then go ahead and put that ear hook in. There you go, just fit in there. And then you just want to go back and clamp that closed or you'll lose that ear hook. You can just hold that in place while you clamp it closed. It'll want to move on you, but that's okay. You just want to get in there and tighten it. And you'll see it's tight. There we go. See that? It's real tight. Okay, because it's closed. There's your two pair of earrings, just like that. Didn't take very much time at all. Took probably more time to prepare what you wanted, or what I wanted, than it did to make the earrings themselves. Alright, and then here's the packaged items that you can use these for yourself, for your friends, for your children or grandchildren. You can also package them and sell them, which I've done a lot. I raised a lot of money for the Relay for Life through the American Cancer Society, which we support for our team. Here are a couple of Barbie ones that I've made. And then here's some nice packaging that I put mine in. These are not erasers, these are just regular beads, but I wanted to show you how nicely they look when they're presented properly. And then I have my business card on the back, so that I have contact information for later. So, there you go. Thank you so much for joining me for making earrings out of erasers. And if you decide to try this at home, let me know how your project turned out. Take care.